Hi there, I am Tammy Murphy, broker owner of RH2L, bringing you real homes to love here in the greater Miami Valley, Dayton, Ohio area. And today we are talking about what is an escalation clause. Hi, thanks for coming back. You know, this crazy real estate market that we're in is certainly causing lots of questions to come up, and probably the number one thing we are being asked about now is an escalation clause. What is it? What does it do? Does it help me get to be the offer accepted? And how can I write it up? So I would like to start with some information. Of course, I am a realtor. I'm a broker. I am not a legal person. I am not a lawyer. I cannot tell you legally anything that is going to guide or direct you. So I'm going to give you generic information as to what is an escalation clause, and I will tell you what our state's guidance is on the matter. And from there, I will tell you how I handle this with our clients, because in the end, it's about what our clients need and what we want to be able to do for them and how we best guide them in this process. So you're in this hot seller's market and you've got lots of people going and showing up at a property. First day on the market, typically you're seeing multiple offers and you're wondering, how the heck do I make my offer stand out? Well, yes, we've got some ideas for you on how to make your offer stand out, but it does depend on you and your circumstances and what your needs are, as well as what you want to be able to do. But what we're hearing is this escalation clause, and somebody on some news channel reported that the only way to get an offer to go through is with an escalation clause, and we're going to tell you hogwash. It's not true. Can people do an escalation clause? Are people using escalation clauses? Yes, but it is not necessarily the way to get your offer accepted by the seller. Let's start with the beginnings. What is an escalation clause? It is basically an additional part of language that goes with your contract offer to say, if this, then that. Meaning, if you have more offers and someone's offered you better, I want to raise my offer by X amount of dollars up to a certain amount. Now, I can tell you, I've seen a lot of these escalation clauses coming through, and sometimes people forget to write up to a certain amount. They're not protecting their buyer. They could be in trouble. Here is what our state association is telling us, that this is a problematic area. We are not lawyers. We cannot write language to specify a legal action and pertain to that. Is this right? Am I covering all the bases? Did I protect my client? Did I protect our interest? Did I give too much information? Have I now violated my responsibility to my client? And so when you start adding language or addendums or forms to the process, you definitely want to make sure that you have legally covered those bases, meaning you've got a real estate lawyer who's looked over that information, or they've written the specific addendum for your client, which is obviously what we're going to tell clients. If you want to engage an escalation clause to this hot market, we need to be talking with your real estate attorney so that they can write that specific language for you. Our real estate contract does not have a portion of the offer price that can be adjusted based on. It doesn't have any of that language. So we don't want to write law, we don't want to practice law, and we don't want to say that we're going to make sure we've covered all of those bases, because we can't confirm that. As a realtor, our job is to help you to make the best price offer on a house in order to try to get you into the negotiation of the acceptance of the contract. So let me rephrase that. If you make the highest and best offer that you feel confident you can purchase that house, and you will feel good at the end of the day if you won and now you're in contract, then you've just done what you were supposed to do. Sellers are getting confused. They're getting overwhelmed by honestly telling you what's going on in this market. If you put your house on the market and you have 20 showings, within the first 3 hours that's been scheduled, and now you've just wiped out your weekend. And on top of that, you got to sit down and now look at multiple offers. How do I choose which one is best? What am I going to decide? Sellers are telling us, I don't want to see that escalation clause. I don't want to try to figure out legally, what am I bound to do? What are they really offering, or where's the out? And that's where you get yourself into trouble. So yes, an escalation clause is something that some people are using, whether their brokerage or they have contacted an attorney. I can't answer that. I can tell you from our perspective, what our brokerage is telling people is make your highest and best offer. It's the cleanest, easiest way to make sure that your offer is able to be presented to the seller, that the seller understands what you see as the value in the home, what terms you're willing to do so, and then make it happen with getting an accepted contract that you feel comfortable in moving forward. If that is an answer that you are looking for, we're glad to provide that. There are so many details that get involved with all of these offers that can be going on, not just with an escalation clause, but with other things that buyers may be choosing to do at this time in order to get their offer accepted. Maybe a buyer is giving up their opportunity to do a home inspection. Maybe they're giving up the opportunity to have the appraisal come in and hold value, meaning they're guaranteeing if that appraisal is short, not what they offered, not what the bank is going to be willing to loan, but short, that they're willing to cover a cost up to a certain amount or over and above. Those are all things that I guess as a buyer, you have to make that decision. And ultimately, if the house checks all the boxes, it does meet all of your needs, it's in the area you want, it serves the purpose, you can certainly make an offer as the buyer that meets your needs. We're here to facilitate your deal, but we're also here to make sure that you have a clear understanding of what are your rights, what is the process, and how you can make your offer the best, highest and best, at least from your perspective, and what you can know if you don't win it, that you are walking away and moving on to another property. Somewhere in the end, we like to believe that things happen for a reason, but it is certainly unfortunate for buyers in this market who feel like maybe they have to offer more than the list price. Maybe they have to give up some of these other rights that they're used to getting, or maybe they just feel a lot of pressure and they start backing out of this process, meaning they're going to wait till things start to change. And any of these situations may be what you're dealing with, and we understand that. We want to help you by answering those questions that you have, by talking specific to you about what your needs are, by talking specific to you about a property if that's what it takes, or by giving you more information than you need so that you can be better prepared for the next time that you go out looking at properties and making an offer. Obviously, your realtor that you're working with is going to give you their opinion and their advice, and they are the person who is working with you, has that agency. They have that fiduciary responsibility to make sure they're serving your needs. And if at any point you feel that that is not being done, you probably need to have a very hard conversation so that you have somebody who is representing your best interest, making sure that your needs are being met, and doing the absolute best to make sure your offers can stand and get accepted, and then work through the process to get you to a home and to a happy day. We hope that has helped. I'm going to do something even more. We've put together a little bit of information sheet. I'm calling it our unprecedented offer scenarios. I'm going to include a link in this video down below if you are inclined or having to deal with this or want more information. This may be an avenue to help you understand some of these dynamics that are coming up. And are you comfortable in forgoing some of those rights as the buyer? Are you comfortable in making an offer sight unseen? These are things that you want to know and be prepared for before you're in the heat of the moment. And the better prepared you are now, the more I've done my job, even though I'm not hired to represent you at this moment. Maybe someday I'll get to meet you and help you. I thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel, and we appreciate you. Happy hunting, but be wise, be smart, and do what's best for you. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.